I'd like to start off by apologising on behalf of everybody for being so sick and bunged up.
We're at different levels of it.
Prepare yourself for horrendous noises, disgusting grunts and groans from
Something
your
like that.
host.
That was just a taster.
Your very, very sick hosts.
Yes.
After a long St. Paddy's
You're that frog
weekend.
in my throat.
You hear that frog?
You're that frog in my
You hear
throat,
that frog? Salamander under my tongue.
A long St. Paddy's weekend, don't you say?
Aye.
How was your long St. Paddy's weekend?
Cold, windy and wet. But
just how I like
dry in terms of sobriety. And clear in terms of smoke.
Very
a little
good.
Detox to a caravan
Detox of the caravan.
and Downings. It was a lovely retreat where I just was with the sheep
Just with the sheep, hey?
and the cows
Sober with the sheep.
and the beach and nature and seals. Seen 3 seals.
If there's anywhere I don't want to be sober, it's nature.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it's
I need
beautiful.
to-
Breathe it
I need
in.
to be fucked up in nature, man.
Hey, walk into it and breathe it in and then come
I
back.
mean, places you need to be sober. The old office. That's it.
Nature.
No.
Nature can go both
Nah.
ways, I think, you see.
See, man.
You see,
no.
I think.
See, getting fucked up in nature is one of life's greatest pleasures.
I know, but also just being so sober and then taking in all the natural beauty and getting a real natural kind of vibe from it is real good.
But if you get fucked up, right, you go and you'll actually interact with the wildlife and such. I mean, if you were out in nature in, say, Montana,
Yeah.
and you were sober and you saw a bear, you'd be like, shit, there's a bear, I better get out of here. If you're about lit, you had a couple of whiskeys in you, you'd be like, I'll fight that bear. I could
Nah,
probably
I
take
wouldn't.
that bear.
I wouldn't be like, oh man, this bear is so fucking trippy. I'd be like, bear, out of here. I'm gone.
You don't think you'd try to take it?
No fucking chance. You're not going to take it.
Take it out of your
You're
bare
also
hands.
not going to outrun it, so you might as well just try. You know, I don't
No
wanna go
bears,
down-
nothing all though.
So that's
So
not
you're
so
all right
bad.
there.
So Downings was safe from bears anyway. Was in a caravan for the weekend. Left on Saturday morning. Came back on yesterday morning, which was Monday. And today is Tuesday. I spent my St. Patrick's Day in a caravan and on the beach. How was
That's-
your St. Patrick's weekend?
If
Osh
I
and
could
Gormley.
just add something to your St. Paddy's Day weekend,
Can if
that's
you want.
such a you weekend. Hey, by the way, like
quiet.
I don't know how to describe that other than
Peace.
like anybody that knows him will know what I mean. It's a very you weekend. I'm surprised you didn't go on some type of cruise or something. I don't know.
Nah, no cruise on a weekend,
know?
man. It's not. You
Or
don't
not,
have time.
hey, did you at least take like a ferry of some kind over,
No.
like you
Don't
know when
need to.
you know when you go to one of those places where you get a ferry across a bay that you could have just drove
Hey,
around.
don't need to because we live in the most beautiful place in the world.
So you walked everywhere.
We walked. Nah, really, it was pretty rainy.
Yeah.
Pretty hailstormy
Terrible
as
time
well.
to go to the
Storm
country, I
fucking
think.
was it still Storm Gareth?
Storm Gareth.
Was he still a
He's still
rocking?
raging.
Is he still
He's still raging.
toting a
mate.
fucking badass storm, brother?
He's still rocking it out, man. Still getting some hot licks up around here.
He's still wearing those fucking one-day licks, is he?
Get some Monday licks, man.
Man, he's got those one-day licks.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's not what I meant. If that's what you thought I meant. So I mainly spent my weekend just lazing around a caravan, doing some reading, some light reading,
As you do.
and some walks on the beach, and some seal spotting. My voice sounds so croaky at times on this podcast, but how was your weekend?
Sandpapery, lad.
Your weekend was sandpaper.
No, your voice.
My voice.
Your voice is sandpapery.
My
My weekend was quiet enough. I worked on Friday, came home, watched fuck tons of Parks and Recreation. I've blasted through nearly 4 seasons of it
Oh, she's
already.
finally jumped on the
I'm
train.
on the Parks and Rec train, and it's chewing down the line, so it is.
Yeah, welcome aboard, brother.
Hey, I am not regretting it. I've already been through this. I know this.
This is the only thing that we've kept up twice so far.
Oh,
kind of out of laziness, but also out of
laziness and out of respect.
Honor and respect.
Honor and
Honor
respect.
at the top there.
And cow protein.
And cow protein
And pig protein and deer protein.
Yep. All of the above proteins.
Fish protein is basically a vegetable.
I was making a CV earlier, and I had to. I was falling in like different jobs that I've had. I've had quite a variety of strange jobs.
Yeah, I have.
And one of them was whenever I did some casual work with a company called Posh, and we were catering an event. It was like the Royal GP conference.
Sounds like an absolute lark.
Man, it was full fucking chock-a-block with Thornton Charleses.
Oh my god! I hope
For sure, boys, with big medals and stuff. But anyway, what reminded me of
big,
this...
things that have loads of medals on them.
Aye, and big robes and all. It was like a big cult thing. Posh fucking catered to a Freemasons dinner one time, and they all had to stand behind a big gold fucking screen thing. Are you doing a weird shake?
I'm doing the shake, man. You gotta do the shake.
I'll pretend to do
You gotta, like... You gotta hop
that's
on.
good.
If
But I don't want to hop,
we'd be
man.
hopping on one
I'm
leg
about
right
sick.
now. Yeah.
But they did fucking catering for Freemasons, and they had to stand behind a big gold fucking screen, and there was all hats all laid out on the table, and they had to go around and do the settings and stuff, and stand behind the screen while they all ate, and then they all left the room again, and they came and cleared it, and they stood behind the screen, and everybody came back in and ate again, so they'd never seen anybody who they were serving.
I really want to float a theory on this.
But hold on, before you do that, just the only reason that I jumped to this is because of the proteins that we were talking about. And one of my I was putting in the duties, and it was like fine dining service. So it was like you'd serve from the left and all, and hold the 2 bottles of wine in one hand and display it and all in such a way. It was all really
fancy forks and such.
Like fucking four settings on each side and 2 spoons at the top or all. I don't know, loads of fancy silverware and stuff. But you had to then put the plate down, but not with the protein facing the eater, with it facing away, and then rotate it so that the protein was facing the eater. For whatever strange reason, I don't know why people think that's fancy or nice or anything. And it said, whenever I was Googling, it said, opposed from having the vegetable facing the eater, which seems to be the norm. Also, I don't get that. And I would immediately turn it so that the protein's at the back.
Understand any of this.
Man.
At all.
I just thought it was strange.
Wankery.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. But there's
wanking around. I have a real theory that the Freemasons are just posh wankery.
Aye, that's exactly what it is. It's all bling and hats and big chalices and stuff, and it's all oh, look at all this shiny stuff, it's class.
It's not the
and
Illuminati.
We just sit around here drinking tenants. Fucking super tenants.
It's not the Illuminati, it's loads of boys that own businesses that they spend their money on loads of things, but they don't have a club to be part of that they have an interest in.
Like a
so they're
private members
be
club
the Freemasons,
for wankers.
and then we'll do loads of weird shit in loads of different places to make all the staff there think that we're evil or something. I don't know. I think that's what they're doing.
And I still think people don't want to the reason for the screen and stuff because they still don't want people to know that they're on it because it's got a bit of a bad name, the Freemasons. People don't associate it with being
See,
great.
I think they kind of do want the people to know they're in it. But
I don't know. No, I don't think they do.
The whole point on the screen is hoping that people look behind it and try and find out. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I
don't know.
That's it.
I really think they're secretive people who like to dirty things in the dark. Oh. Nah, I think
they're a bunch of weird businessmen. There's loads of people that have
just flashing their cash and stuff and eating some good food.
Been Freemasons, and I'm you don't seem like the diabolical James Bond villain type.
No, I don't think around here.
Kind of weird guy.
I don't think Freemasons around here are the extreme picture that people have.
No, well, if you're talking about old school skull and bones Freemason kind of guys, the real kind of billionaire types, I'm sure they're all their freaky shit. But billionaires are their freaky shit, regardless.
Seems to be across the board.
Them, except for rockets or something, I don't fucking know. Aye. You know what they're like? They like our rockets.
Aye, like a rockets a lot.
Like a rocket, or they like to be in Skull and Bones, or they like to go to what do you call it, Bohemian Grove, and pray to the big oil boy and set him on fire, or they like to, they just like spending their money on things that don't really matter.
Just flashing. I think it's just flashing.
That's like
Bit of a
flexing for old guys.
just like a wee status check every now and then. Like, yeah, I'm still on it. Hey, I still got it.
Still got it.
I'm still kicking. Alive and kicking. I picture a lot of Freemasons talking like alive and kicking. For some reason, I don't know why.
I picture most of them on oxygen tanks, just like
with rings just falling off their
the actual
decrepit hands.
When you talk about money keeping somebody alive, I often say this, like, you talk about
Rockefellers.
money keeping somebody alive, it's like, I'm not talking about money buying them the best doctors, the best medicine. I'm talking about the actual greed in their heart.
The
want to have all the money.
Yeah.
Keeps them alive. Those guys love till they're like 128. Those guys all love
but one of the
till they're,
Rothschilds or something.
shaking in a wheelchair.
I don't know if it's one of the Rothschilds or one of the
They're
Rockefellers.
so old, they're not even a person. Their spirit has already left their body and they're just a husk.
Aye. I don't know which one, but one of them's had like 10 heart transplants or something in the last like 5 years.
Does work.
Man, it seems to be though. Because usually whenever you need a heart transplant, you're going to die if you don't get one.
The heart just... No,
and he can just jump a list because he owns the hospital.
I'm sure it's because the heart... Like, every time he needs that, it's because the heart doesn't take. Like, it doesn't work with his body.
Aye.
Like, it's very obvious that his body doesn't have enough strength left to act, even with a
But he can still walk about.
Perfect heart. He
can still walk about, and he's had like 10 different people's hearts.
That's insane.
It's having that amount of money and that amount of... It's not even just money, because not like just anybody with money could do that. It has to be somebody with power as well. Like, and they have a lot.
Well,
so I think the thing is that he can just jump a list and be like, "No, give me my heart now," and he gets it like there and then. They have one waiting for him.
Have you murdered the children?
Have you prepared the babies?
How many hearts from the harvest this week?
I can't even snuff properly because I'm so bunged, man. I'm super bunged. All that cold air, that sea air was good for me, but fuck it also. It fucked my shit up at the same time.
How did I get this? I stayed inside all weekend except for the good long time I was outside in the cold.
You had this before the weekend though, because you gave it to me.
But it was going away. It was going away before the weekend. And then I went out Sunday night, and we were only outside for an hour maybe, walking.
You still passed it. You passed it to me before.
I got really sick again. Storm Gareth, you cunt.
Storm Gareth has been fucking striking hard.
Striking everybody down,
Man, I could have swore a caravan was going to fucking tip over.
Was it one of those wee tiny Father Dead caravans?
No, but there was one of them. It was well. There was one of them. It was like tiny. It was like pegged down. It looked like a tent.
Pegged down? Because it blows away.
It's not going to stop it. Like, I think it's made of just like
every time I see
one sheet of
I really wanted to be shaken, but not for the reasons you think it is. It's because there is an actual guy in there, like trying to
do river dance. Let's all do a river dance. That episode of Father Ted is my favourite.
Anytime Graham Norton appears in Father Ted's good.
Oh,
any fucking time.
I love Graham Norton in Father Ted. Oh, that's a fucking North brilliant episode.
It's one of my favourites.
That's really good. I forgot about that.
Do you know what? I heard the guy who played Pat Mustard died the other
he
day.
The fucking
that's a fucking
is it the postman
classic
or a milkman?
That's a classic. Like, that's a proper classic episode. I would imagine that's the best episode of Father Ted. Like,
that's one of the most well-known ones.
Do you know what I mean?
As well,
I would imagine that would be like.
Also, the kicking Bishop Brennan up the arse.
That's a fucking funny one, eh? And they get the picture blown up to like fucking mega size. Man, that
what a good show
is like underrated as fuck.
Like,
I think it holds up so well too. Like, see, what's good about it too is that like, it's about like the whole like priesthood and Catholic Church and all, but it like didn't pull any punches at all. Like, it was still kind of more lighthearted, but it still was going a wee bit deeper than maybe other people wouldn't go with that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Because there was some stuff. Oh man, it was just ridiculous. The fucking like the one where he lets Dougal do a funeral as well.
Oh fuck!
And, like, just goes anarchy, and he's like the hearse is at the grave, and the coffin's lying halfway out of it.
It's pretty edgy as well.
Sometimes
it's kind of edgy.
I think maybe like
there's I can think of a very edgy line that I don't know if I'll say.
I
can think of one that's
think there's a
pretty edgy.
When did it start? The 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s. Well, your stuff that's like in comedies and series from back then that wouldn't fly today.
Of course.
Just because
there's
of
even
like,
stuff in like Parks and Rec that probably wouldn't
yeah,
fly.
I know.
That's only like 10 years ago. It only ended a couple of years ago.
And I don't even think it's like even in the shows it's meant in a fucking like a. It's
like,
not meant in malice.
No, it's
even
like it's
so.
like satirical.
Like it's still satirical. Like the whole thing is satirical. So
But
why
still, I
wouldn't
still
this
don't
be
think
satirical?
you wouldn't. I still don't think it would fly in a lot of ways. A lot of the stuff.
No fucking way, man.
Especially in the earlier seasons.
Oh no, right. I'm gonna bring one up. The episode where Ted gets accused of being anti like Chinese because all the Chinese people moved to Craggy Island and they all come around his house and see him doing like loads of stuff through the window, like mocking them.
Oh, is it the fucking
he puts a
Hitler moustache?
lampshade on his head and all. And
Is that the one where he's at the window, like doing that and he has the Hitler moustache?
No, that's the
But it's
second
like-
the second time they come around. Then they see that he's doing the fucking.
Oh fuck! What a
man.
good show! Hey,
It's
I
such a
want
good
to watch
show.
that again.
See,
I haven't
look,
seen it in ages.
I don't. That's a great episode because look, he gets accused of all this shit, but obviously, like the whole way it played out, no, you see what's happening, and then like it's just like it's. I think it's still funny, but that if you made that in a show today, that
It
would
would be taken differently.
That wouldn't so not fly. And I think even if you show that episode now, I bet when they show Father Ted, they probably don't show that one. There's certain ones they probably don't show.
Man, speaking of fucking good fucking TV, hey, right? I know I don't want to talk about the caravan just the whole time on this podcast, but this is worth bringing up. Emily just reminded
Caravan
me
Chronicles
by
with
typing
Dualta
in
and Oisin.
capital letters into the search bar so I would see it. Caravan TV, right? We watched Challenge. Is the TV station called?
I know what Challenge is.
It's called Challenge. So we watched Challenge.
The whole time?
Yes, the whole time. All the fucking quiz shows. What the fuck was Supermarket Sweep? Bring it up for Ashin to see.
Oh, I
for the
love
people to
this.
see.
Right, no.
Man,
Right,
this game show
I
is...
love this shit.
It's set in a fucking supermarket.
I know.
The whole backdrop is a supermarket.
And
that
you just get to fill a trolley with the amount of shit that you can
They had
in
a
a certain
sec-
allotted amount of time, and you get to keep all that shit.
Man, they had a what's your guy called? Fucking Dale Winton. I think he died really recently. But he's the host.
Oh man,
There he
that's
is.
so great.
Man, this show.
Like,
are you screen recording?
Man,
Oh yes.
I've seen
okay.
people get like $700 worth of shit on that before. Like it's fucking hardcore. Like,
Man, this is a fucking like when is it
how
like
long do you have?
80s or
Like 2.5
90s?
minutes, isn't it?
Well, it's like you build up time.
I think there's like this looks like it's a newer version
Is
of
this
it,
like
but we
is there
watched the
US
early
one?
90s.
The old version.
Yeah,
is
it's
the
like
one
an
I'm
old-
talking
the
about.
old-
version is
Yeah.
the one you want.
The
like-
old British version.
Oh, look at his
There.
outfit.
Oh no, the old American version's good
No,
too,
this
man.
is the old British ones from the fucking 80s or something. This is your guy.
He holds card out like this when he's reading the whole
He,
time.
yeah, he holds his the fucking like what do you call them, quiz cards or
man.
whatever.
I
Or
bet
cue
the
cards.
supermarket sweep from the 80s is so great.
Man, it's fantastic. It's so good. So you build up time by answering questions right during the
Oh,
question rounds.
shit.
There's a round of questions just on soap operas. One person said that she was a huge fan of soap operas, and that all she did, she got to watch them when her husband was out at work, and that was great. Fantastic marriage.
Fucked every question.
Oh man, didn't answer one. The other two went like, oh no, I never really got into them. Answered them all. But man, when they're running around, they're just so frantic. Like they're loving it so much. Man, people
that's-
had fun back then.
This is when game
And
show
also
hosts
all the fucking
looked
people,
like game show hosts,
man, and the people on it are all like twins.
they're all game show people. Though.
They're all
They
game show
all
twins.
Look like they should be on game shows.
But man, it's always these ones with partners. Really, really do it for me because go and try and find that one of the two dolls with the fucking blonde perms.
How would you ever
Type
find
in
that?
fucking supermarket sweep. What was one of their names? Any of their names on that show or that episode?
Tracy?
Tracy. Oh,
Just don't even. Don't you even nail it with this
Oh,
one? Hey,
fuck.
Did you fucking nail that? That guy looks like fucking Ron Swanson. I just got a glimpse, but he kind of does. There, on the right hand side.
Do you mean this person?
No, over to the right. Nah, he looks more like Pablo Escobar now. Look him.
Is it
Why
there?
just supermarket sweet perms?
Man, but all of these people look so fucking perfect to be on Supermarket Sweep. Like, no, those two are all right.
No.
That's enough for me. There,
It's just like
those two are
blonde.
perfect.
There's
No,
two of them.
The two glasses people are perfect.
One of them looks horrendous.
They
Oh,
all
you'll
look
never
like
find
they
it.
only ever
Huh?
loved
You'll
in the
never
80s.
find anything.
We'll
about
never
it.
fucking
No.
find it, hey.
These people only existed in the 80s, don't they?
Any of the prizes, the ridiculous prizes. Do you even get a
No,
prize?
I was- You just
Washer
get money.
dryer.
Huh?
You get what
You
you,
just
put in the
get money.
trolley.
Oh, you're like 500 quad.
Yeah, we were also watching.
what else were we watching?
Or do
Family
you get the
Fortune.
contents of the trolley.
Huh?
aye.
Family Fortune.
Family Fortunes with fucking Les Dennis hosting. Oh, old school as fuck.
Old school,
Wheel
hey.
of Fortune.
Huh?
With that
Hey,
guy.
Dualta.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Who was that again? That fucking the Scottish guy.
Can I just cut in here with something that I feel will really put the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake of your weekend?
Yes.
On challenge, was there at any time the game show, the dart themed game show,
Oh, Bullseye.
Bullseye?
Wasn't on there if we were watching, but I've
Fuck!
seen it loads of times.
Ah man, you missed out then. Nah, you know
Nah,
what? Your
I've seen it.
weekend is only
I've seen it so many
97%
times.
perfect.
But man, challenge was really, really full on with things like Wheel of Fortune and shows like that. Is that your guy there?
Oh, this stuff
No,
is
no.
just.
What the fuck was his
Oh,
name?
man.
But man, oh fuck the prizes like in those shows.
So, hold on,
Have you ever seen
all
the
these
Generation game?
shows, UK game shows
Aye.
that the US market took and
Aye, I
made
think
popular
game
then in
shows
the
was-
90s.
Aye.
Fuck me, I didn't know this.
These were all
hey.
about in like the 70s and 80s.
I thought Wheel of Fortune was like.
When was Wheel of Fortune about? Was that
Wheel of
like
Fortune started in like the
Early 80s.
late 80s and
Late 80s?
the US, but like it started
All
must have
right.
started in the 80s. And
I think they were the British
me?
ones were out first.
oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like all
Aye.
of these shows are British, and then they were taken to the US.
But just
market,
look at
like.
the people, man. It screams 80s. Like look at
Man,
you guys
Supermarket
here.
Sweep seems like. Now that I think
Supermarket
about
Sweep
it,
was-
I'm thinking of the American version, and it's so much bigger than the British version, right? But the British
It's
version,
Costco.
the British version is like. None of them thinking about it. Supermarket Sweep is such an early '80s British game show.
Aye.
Like I have viewed
So
it as
was.
this American thing where they're going
Nah.
around with this big massive trolley, fucking.
It's like
stuff
they're
onto
going
it,
around, it's like-
but it's so British.
Oh, it's behind the bread. It's behind the bread. It's the green one. No, get the green one. You know, whenever they have the cameras all running around, chasing everyone around, and the fucking there's like someone narrating, doing like a running commentary.
Started in 1993.
93 Supermarket
Holy.
Sweep. Oh, my ma said it was in early 90s.
That's crazy.
That's right. What was
Oh,
the
man,
other
I'm
one? Wheel of
racking my
Fortune.
brain
That's the
now to
80s.
think about other like game
Wheel
shows
of Fortune
like
has to be
this.
the 80s. But fuck me, man.
Man,
Some
all
of the
the
guests.
prizes were so good on these shows.
Have you ever seen the Generation game?
Yes.
Where you get like toasters. and
Yes,
stuff?
but that was what the prices were like on Bully as well. On Bully it was
Oh.
like if you want, like it was always a boat. You always get
Aye.
a boat if you want the grand prize.
Somebody won a fucking boat one time, and they were from somewhere in London. They didn't even have a
Man,
driveway.
what as fuck?
They didn't even have a fucking driveway, and they got
It's
a boat.
funny
What
how
do you
they
do? I
always
just
says-
break it for parts or sell it.
If they wanted to really fucking, really show you the ritz and the razzle dazzle, they would fucking just break out the boat. That was it.
Fucking show you the outside.
Like
That's it.
you could either get like a full washer dryer set, whatever, or like a dishwasher.
Aye.
Right? That was hey. If you were really getting it, you would get that. But see if you were just hitting 180s all fucking night,
All day long.
you would nail that wee boat. You
Aye.
would get that boat. That boat was a cert if you were nailing 180s that night.
There was all fucking like just toasters and stuff, man, on the Generation game. It was just about never know what coming out like go and try and find the Generation
I know
game
what you're
prize.
I remember.
Like,
I
they all
even
come out, like,
remember
about
the
conveyor
theme tune
belt.
from it.
And it's all shit. Shit, like shit after shit.
Terrible, like Toshiba microwaves from the early 80s that definitely
Oh.
give you serious radiation
Oh,
poisoning.
it just nuked your fucking whole town, hey.
Everybody was just shooting blanks that year.
Nuked your fucking
No
whole day
children
up.
born from 1984 to 1985 in Durham that year.
There was a complete standstill on births. And then there was a fucking
It was really
spike.
weird. Like we all got Toshiba microwaves from Bullseye, and then everybody stopped
And then-
having children.
When those started happening, the children stopped up happening, man. And it was just all hell on earth, man. It was the worst thing to
It's
ever
like
happen to our
cuts to 30
generation.
years later, and it's just somebody sitting in a dark room. It's been 30 years since the world went dark.
Have you ever seen, there's a fucking sketch in That Much on Weblook. Is that what it's called, That Much on Weblook? Aye. That sketch show. There's a sketch in that with it's a game show that's set in like a post-apocalyptic Earth.
funny.
It's so fucking funny. People are wanting like rations and stuff, and it's like there's like a news segment there as well. It's like other news: Earth is still under fucking fire or whatever the fuck it is. It's real good though. That's an underrated show, I think. Some of it's dated,
I've never
but some
really
of it's gold.
watched it, but I know it's there. That's the guys from Peep Show, wasn't it?
Aye.
Right. That's pretty good.
They
Their
have
show's
much on
fucking
hard
funny.
web.
So like, I would definitely give that a watch. It's on Netflix too.
Is it hard web or
So
Robert
is
Web?
it like a sketch, complete sketch show? Like,
Aye.
ooh,
It's really good. It's on
I really
Netflix, too.
want a sketch show.
There's some really, really fucking good
'Cause,
ones.
like,
It's the same with Little Britain in the way that it's like
I've been
some of it's dated,
watching-
but some of it still
Yeah.
really, really holds up.
See that Little Britain? I can't.
Man,
can't
see
get
if you
behind
watched it
going back.
again. If you watched it again, because I did the same. And I watched it and I was like, no, some of this is still like it's really dated, but some of it's really, really good.
Some of it's so fucking like hardcore. Hey, some of it
It's
is
probably
bad,
on
like.
the
Man, I
edge.
forgot how far they went in that show. Like, there's so much bad shit in it. But like, as you said, there's so much dated shit in it. Like the Vicky Pollard bits are all really
Aye.
dated and stuff like that.
That's because loads of shit's done it since.
Yeah, also
And worn it
nobody
out.
looks like that or talks like that.
Aye.
I'm sure they do, but like, it's not as mainstream anymore. Like, it's not like hoodie
Aye.
culture isn't really
That's
a
not-
thing anymore. Like, do you know what I mean?
Not like that. Not with
Nah.
that style
No.
or
that like
that
at the
fashion.
time that couldn't have been nailed any fucking harder, man.
I was on the
they
fucking
couldn't
head.
have fucking done that any better if they tried. Aye. Do you know what I mean?
I was very, very good.
Like, there was loads of sketches in there that at the time were so fucking on the nail, on the nose. Sorry, that like right there, like, oh man, the bubbles, the veer bats with like Ronnie Corbett coming on and all, and like she breaks into Ronnie Corbett's house and strips naked and starts feeding him Ferrero Rocher.
Bubbles.
Jesus Christ.
Darling.
Oh man, it's so bad. Hey,
A good fucking show though.
it's a seriously good show. Like, as you said, it probably does. Some bits probably hold up, and then some bits wouldn't. I'm sure
Definitely.
all the bits like the guy going in and asking for weird stuff in the shop of knickknacks.
That's still funny.
You know, that's still fucking funny. Like asking, what is it? A picture of
A bemused horse.
used horse. And he's all, no, that horse looks more. I can't.
Or he's
prepare
looking for a
than
disappointed
bemused."
horse.
A disappointed horse.
Says, that horse looks more bemused than disappointed.
Aye.
He's like, look at he's like, it's like a dating service or something. He's like, I'm looking for someone between this height and this height. He doesn't move his hand at all. Oh, Emily, that was them.
Oh,
Fuck.
we got them.
I
I
just
can't
seen
believe
them.
I find this.
No,
no,
that's
no,
not
no,
bashing.
no.
Wait. Oh, wait. Please
Right.
wait. Are you
Oh
screaming?
my god.
Are you recording that screen?
Hold on. Have we
We found it.
them?
Just
there?
this is like a breaking news alert.
This is breaking news.
Can you scroll down a bit? Get the whole thing.
I assume that this is old enough that no one gives a
Or can you like zoom out a bit or something?
clean fuck if we show it.
Nah, they will like fuck. It was
It's
probably
an
on like
80s British game
BBC
show.
or something.
Nah, I don't think it was. It was probably on something way worse than that.
Hmm.
More than
Going on
likely.
here?
Huh?
What's going on?
Are you
See
able to
it?
zoom out? Nah.
What's wrong?
Zoom out more.
Oh yeah, we can see it,
Nah, but it's zoomed in too much.
but you don't need to zoom in.
Aye,
Ah,
we need to be able to see it.
there we go. We can see it now.
Right, go.
Oh gosh.
That's them.
Okay, so these look
That's them.
like the two most supermarket sweep contestants ever.
Ross is saying, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ross, if you bring me
You scroll down a wee bit. Do we see their outfits there, their shirts? Check this out, Ashin.
Oh my god. So hold on, their names are Roz and Dor.
Door?
So obviously she's called Rosalind and she's called Dorothy. But they're Roz and Dor at the
Roz and
weekends.
Dor. Man,
you want to be a singer, country singer, something like that?
Man. Can you just skip it to the butt where they go
Oh, these
frantic?
were the people that were really frantic.
these
Remember?
people
How
were.
f-
Look at
What do you
that
mean
shirt.
frantic? No,
What do
hold
you
on.
watch this fucking thing? TV.
Oh, by Carrot.
Big old carrot.
Big old
You
carrot.
have to find those bonus ones.
Oh, a cod
old
of some
fish.
kind.
Big old fish.
Man, why did everybody wear the same things? Why did they
know.
all do that? Stop that. No, right, because their clothes
On the
were
TV.
already bad enough.
This boy was loving it.
Go! Go on, Terry.
Listen to the commentary.
I feel like I'm watching a window into a different time.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, don't like
I
it.
feel like
Hey,
these
lad,
people
don't like it.
don't even exist in my dimension. Like
No, they don't.
these people only existed in the 80s.
And they're gone.
They're gone. They don't exist anymore. Nobody looks
the
like that anymore.
shit, man. This is insane. We watched these kinds of people all weekend.
How's your mental state right now, Dualta?
Good, man. I had to do it sober, remember?
You sure?
Man, if I was under the influence of anything, I would have died. Died of shock and horror.
He is just.
Look at everybody.
They love it.
Man, what a ridiculous time.
So hold on, I thought the aim of the game was to fucking find.
There's
the
certain things they need to find, but they also
Aye.
they have to also
Do
rack
they
up
have
a
to
bag.
fill up their trolley too?
They have to check out all their items, then
Yeah,
so they
like
need to
whoever
rack up.
gets the biggest.
Ah,
Yeah, rack up a big
They did
old
this a
bill.
different way in the American one. It was more just about putting as much shit in your trolley as you
Right.
can in a lot of the amount of time. They did probably dumb it down for
But
the
that's
American
like if
audience.
they find things, but you do also have to fill your trolley as much as you can to get more money. Because whoever gets the most ones, whoever gets the most stuff, including the bonuses are money that they add on to your shopping bill. You know what I mean?
Oh
I got
man,
the gist of it.
You get the
anyway.
gist of it.
you
aye.
get the definite gist
But
of it. Hey,
fuck me dead, hey, that stuff.
makes for
is-
serious viewing
Man,
anyway.
That
hey.
is some fucking hot viewing. Man,
That's
I am fucking dead serious. Get
okay.
on that
Can
in
we
your
get on
free
another
time.
thing about how why does the guy who narrates Scrap Heap Challenge also do Supermarket Sweep?
Is it the same
I
guy?
bet
man?
That's who he is.
Scrap Heap
Bet
Challenge.
it's the same guy.
Fantastic. I bet you're wrong.
I
now.
bet it's the same guy.
I
He
thought you
sounds.
knew.
They all sound so similar.
I thought you knew, but if you're not sure, I'm gonna bet against you.
Hold on, I'm not. No, I
I'ma
don't
call
fucking. No, I'm just
bullshit.
saying that. Why do they
Deal
sound
with them.
the same?
No, it's not.
No way. Is it the same
It's
guy?
not the same guy.
Nah,
Please.
it's not.
Nope, it's not him.
No. hold on. Hold on.
Who is
hold
the
on,
contact
hold on.
band Scrap Heap Challenge?
Wait. Pets win prizes.
Touch the truck.
He's been in train
Touch
spots.
the
Look,
truck.
this is a very strange.
It's a
Fucking
very strange.
Very very strange kind of like legacies left there. Who narrates Scrap Heap Challenge? Who's the guy who does all the funny voices? You know the one I'm
What a
talking
good
about.
show.
What a
98 to
fucking
2010.
great
Jack
show.
Strawbridge.
I don't know
Which
who
one?
you're talking about.
There's like 3, I think.
No, it's the guy who narrates Scrap Heap Challenge. He's got that voice.
I'm not the presenter. I think all the narrators in those shows have it because it
Do you
sounds
think
like the
that's like
same guy.
standard voice?
It also sounds like the same guy that narrates the cooking scenes in Come Dine With Me.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Do you know
No,
what I mean?
it's probably
I think
different
it's like,
guys.
It's the same as it's the same as like the Hollywood movie voice. This fall.
Coming
You
this
know what I mean?
winter. Coming soon. Winter is coming.
All this like dramatic shit.
Man,
It's the same as that. I think it's just
okay.
like a voice that those people do.
I was watching right, but just talking about that. Watching Parks and Rec, I think I finished season 2 on the season 3, and I was watching the first episode of season 3, and it must have been watching it legally online, and
Same.
it must have been an American rep of the Parks and Rec because
Oh,
it
you get that
started.
Sean saves
It
the world.
No, it started with a previously on, right?
Oh, right.
And I thought it was taking the piss. Right? By the way, the narrator was narrating it. I thought it was completely taking the piss.
That's what it's
about,
like, man.
Aye. Like, it was all, and this week, it's like, Leslie finds her new love.
Aye.
I was all, what the fuck is this shit? I thought it was like Parks and Rec taking the piss out of like how shows do that. But
Aye,
no, legit. Like, that's
it's
how their network
like
introduces
the
them.
network that you get the rep from. It's the same as the thing that, like on the ones that we watch because we also illegally download it.
bad,
No, I
mate.
think that was part of the show, wasn't it?
No.
No, but the networks
There
do
is-
make that part of the show to like refresh people. I know, but like they must have to do it that way for an American audience because I've never seen that happen on like if I'm watching a show on like E4. If I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine E4, that never goes previously on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I thought it
Andy
was
finds his
deliberate,
new
you see.
love. Do you
No,
know what I mean?
No.
there's one episode where there's something like that at the start, but like if it's been happening
But
several
it's never
times.
as ridiculous as
Oh, okay.
that one. Like that
Aye.
was pure corny.
It's the same as in the ones that we've been watching at the end of every episode of the last like season or two. It's been like a next on Sean saves the world,
Fuck, man, I
and it's
hate
like a
that
wee
shit.
fucking animation of like a sofa, kind of like our lovely logo.
I
you
see.
know? But it's this guy Sean coming running and he jumps onto the sofa and goes like that, and I fucking hate it. Hey, I despise it. Fuck you, Sean.
Fuck you,
I
Sean.
don't care if he's saving the world. shining my shoes or sucking my dick. I don't give a fuck, Sean.
You don't want to see
I
Sean.
don't want anything to do with him. No matter what he's doing for me.
Speaking of
Sean?
good shows that popped up on the bottom
shows.
of shows that you were watching, this show popped up a while back for me on like some other cartoon. I think I was watching some other Fox show. I think it's Fox or it's either Adult Swim, but it's called Jeff and Some Aliens, and it's fucking fantastic. I watched the
Sounds
whole
like
thing in
Adult
one
Swim.
night. It's pretty Adult Swimmy, aye, but it's really really funny. It's about this guy Jeff who is the most average guy in the world, right? Proven through science theory and math and all this shit, right? The aliens have scanned him. He's the most average guy in the world, all right?
Right.
And then they send 3 aliens down to kind of like evaluate the most average human to figure out whether Earth is worth keeping or laser and death.
Right.
And chaos ensues. It's very good.
That does sound like that's a good premise for a show, in my opinion.
And they like live with him in his
I
terrible
know.
house and all, and like have to deal with his shit. They'll have been in the shower way
What's
too
it
long.
called
and
again?
stuff.
Jeff
and Some Aliens.
Jeff and Some Aliens.
It's very fucking good. Like
That sounds
it was. I pure couldn't
Sounds
get on dates
kinda
straight
Rick and
away
Morty
either.
ish.
It's not.
No?
No, different.
Alright,
Drier.
it just sounds like the same kind of vibe.
It's like it's a bit drier though. It's like it was like Rick and Morty focuses a lot on like sarcastic humor and stuff.
Aye.
This is like I don't know.
A lot drier.
It's a lot drier and like the situations are very funny. Like all the situations are ridiculous. There's like one where Jeff gets the aliens give him this machine thing that lets him. They just had it lying around. Lets him like give up his years for things, so he can wish for something, and it'll tell him how much it costs in lifetime, and then it gives him it just materializes the thing for him.
Right.
So he's like, I want a Ferrari. How many years does that cost me? Oh, 5 years. Okay, materializes a Ferrari for him, but he gets 5 years older. Right. And so he just keeps buying shit until he's like 95 and decrepit as fuck and all, and he's got loads of shit. And it continues on from there. I don't want to ruin the episode for anybody who hasn't watched it, but it's very good.
It does. I'd like to watch
And
it.
the aliens are also idiots as well. Like, it doesn't mean that they're
Aye.
studying him because they're superior. No, they're fucking
They're
assholes.
just
as
like,
well.
oh, we'll keep them. Aye. Sounds good. I was fucking. We've been meaning to watch Afterlife, the new Ricky Gervais show. I think we talked about it on.
We did
us a
talk.
while ago.
I didn't know that was the one
But-
you were talking about.
Yeah, but we've. Oh, this is gonna get confusing again because we haven't watched it yet, but we have been watching Derek,
Yes.
which is similar to what we
watching
talked about
Derek.
before.
Hold on, you've
But it's
seen
'cause
Derek before.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a while. I forgot a lot about it. But the fucking the comedy, man, it is so fucking. It's so subtle. But
Yeah.
it catches you really, really hard. Like you laugh a lot at it. Do you know what I mean? Like usually with stuff where the comedy is that subtle, it doesn't really fly. It doesn't really
Yeah, I
provoke
know
an
what you
actual
mean,
laugh.
aye.
But there's parts where we just go like, "Pah!" Just
Aye.
do you know what I mean? Catches us like
I think it's
so
'cause you've-
fucking good.
No, it shows like there's a lot of situations that arise that are very real. Even
Aye.
and see sometimes you might even catch yourself laughing at something that's a wee bit sad actually,
Aye.
or something because it makes you a wee bit uncomfortable.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
That's something that
Like I
people
think it's like
do.
it makes you uncomfortable, but that's like I don't know. It's almost like you're laughing at something that's too real.
It's
Do you know what I mean? Because
It's
it's
like
not
you're
even like some
tricking yourself or
of the
something.
parts aren't even that funny. They're just like they're real situations that happen in
Aye.
life that are I don't know if they're funny, but they're
Some of it is
Weird
just like
just.
completely like motionless and dry, like with
Aye.
no soundtrack or anything.
I know
and it's just like
the serious kind
really, really dead serious. Like there's some parts where you're watching it just with like a complete straight face. You know what I mean? Where you're not like.
See when I
But that's
when
what's
I go
so
for
good about it.
comedy, like I tend to go for the sillier shit. I think that's why Parks and Rec got me straight away. And like, I think if
Aye.
I went for The Office, it wouldn't get me straight away
So
as
you're
much
right,
as Parks
I
and
like-
Rec did.
We finished Parks and Rec today, and we've been comparing it to The Office as well. We've been watching it, and like I said, like it's like the cringe. They're both cringy and funny, but like they like on the like a mirror version of it. Do you know what I mean? Like The Office is really heavy on the cringe, and it's like really
Way
cringy,
heavy,
but it's
yeah.
still funny. But Parks and Recreation is like really funny, but there's like a hint of cringiness. It's
There's
like the opposite.
characters
Do you
that
know what I mean?
have cringe, and then there's characters that like are just straight funny,
Aye.
like Ron.
Whereas I like Ron's just
what I
like
mean?
everything he says is fucking gold.
Anything he does,
Louis'
does anything.
character.
Louis C.K.'s character.
Yeah,
James.
Louis C.K.'s character,
Such
the
a
cop.
awkward fucking.
Just pure awkward when he's doing that first interview and he's like everybody else I meet on a daily basis. Miss Nope was quite belligerent, but I have taking a liking to Miss Nope, and I it just like keeps
So
doing that,
just-
like looking away from it. He's all, I would not like to talk about this anymore.
Have you seen that episode I was talking to you about with all the cops?
Oh yeah, when they're doing the fucking like cops rundown, he's like, real piece of work.
And like it's a super good, real piece of work.
Real piece of work.
Piece of work. Real piece of work.
It's so funny. And Sub was a female, but apparently the other on Sub's ex-wife.
5'8" Caucasian white male. It's like that's so fucking good, man. That is such a good show for anybody who has not seen Parks and Recreation. I cannot recommend
10
it
out
enough.
of fucking 10. I'm only halfway through it.
Like it was one that, like whenever Emily was telling me about it, I was like, oh, it sounds good, like to watch it, but then I started watching it.
I
like,
didn't
this
realise
is fucking
how
so
I
good.
feel like the show has been made specifically for me because like I've been like keeping up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right? So like I was trying to
I've
find
been
a show
enjoying that
that
as well.
fits my like thing, my like how I like comedy to be as well as Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so snappy and like hatchy, like out of the blue with something so fucking funny that you just get
Aye.
like caught off guard and lose it.
Then
And
you-
like Parks and Rec is like that as well, where like something like just fucking happens, like there's a cut,
Aye.
something happens and you're like, ah.
It's the way it's all put together.
Yeah.
It's like the sequence of fucking shots where like someone like Andy breaking a fish tank or something, or like
or fucking vomiting on the guy's shoes.
like
when
is
he's
you see
shining
that
them.
scene
Oh,
where
man,
he's like
that's fucking
running
funny.
like completely naked with
Oh,
the
yeah,
two
the
casts
crutches.
and the crutches.
Oh man,
going
and there's
after
like a
you.
like black circle over his neck. Oh, it's
That's
so funny. He's
so
like
fucking
dropping the
funny.
suds from the Kenny's pulley out at the the man.
His
That's
character
too
development
good,
as
like-
well. It's like everybody like I think it's such a well written show. It's the same writer for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, isn't it? Your guy.
I don't
Is it the same
know if
creator?
it's the same writer, but it's the same creator. Like your man Michael Schur.
Aye.
Created The
I know
Office
like
as well.
Adam Sandler
Aye.
has something to do with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He
as
produces
think
it.
he's just a
Happy
producer.
Madison produces it,
Maybe he just has
which
producer
is his
credits
production
'cause-
company. But I don't think he writes it. There's somewhere he directs
Andy
it.
Samberg, I'm pretty sure, writes a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But
Aye.
I think they do what comedies usually do, which is they have like, because they're all really
They
funny
always,
people
they
anyway.
always bring in writers, but they
Like, they'll
do
bring
have the
in writers,
characters
but,
writing as well.
You'll
Or the
throw
actors.
on lines for your character and stuff. Like the writers will write like a story arc, and then you'll probably like come along and go, oh, can I change this line to this and like this line to this and blah blah blah. And
Aye.
change your whole.
And for that style of comedy too, I'd imagine in the shooting there's a lot of different like alternate takes. The same like
Oh,
any
yeah.
Will Ferrell film, like all the lines are different every
Loads of
time.
ad lib.
So- aye.
Like 70% of Will Ferrell is ad lib.
And that's what makes it so fucking snappy
It's
because it
so
is real.
great.
Like
Aye.
the way like
it's like
cuts.
he's like they've brought him on. He's on character, and they're like hitting him with a line, and he's just like, "I'm Ricky Bobby, too
Aye.
big redder, fuck you."
Aye,
Do you
like
know what
that's-
I mean? Like he's just hit him with something, and he's just thought of something on the spot.
It's just like the first things came into his head. That's what makes it so natural,
I
so
know,
real. Like
it's
that's what's so fucking good.
great. Hey.
I love it.
It like it doesn't come from. He hasn't read it and remembered it. He's just like, "Too big redder, fuck you."
Aye.
Like he's just
It's just blurted out.
came out, and it's just 100% Will Ferrell funny. Like
Aye,
that's
gold.
that's where I get hit. Like genuine like.
That's what I
Just
find the
when it
funniest as
comes
well.
out.
That's my
Aye.
style of comedy.
Like,
when something like that just hits you straight away.
In the latest season, or maybe the season before that of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Captain Holt walks in with a really big red hat on.
Oh
Which is
fuck,
like
that's
really
so good.
not him. And he turns around and he just like looks at everyone. And everybody's like dying to say something. He's all, "I was trying something and it didn't work out." And just
Aye.
turns around and walks into his office. But the way he delivers it,
It's one of
is
those shows that like
fantastic.
if you watch that episode out of context, like the first episode you watched, it's not funny. But like I'm so glad that I've watched
know,
all of
aye.
it because it took like
You
5
need,
seasons for them to be able to do a joke like that. Also, the latest season, like I think it has been really fucking funny, and I think it's been a lot snappier than the
I think
last couple, but
it's
it's been a
because
bit
on
weaker.
like a new network picked it up, so there's like more sort of
creative freedom movie.
yeah, and like
I think it's
They're-
been the
the-
weakest though so far.
what I think it's been the best. I think
I
the
know, I think
jokes
they-
are like a lot more risky. It's funnier.
It is risky, but they're still like making all the right moves, and there's a lot like
Oh,
more
yeah, they're
like there's more
100%.
like there's like a moral and stuff at the end. Do you know what I mean? It's like
That's
it's
always been the way.
no,
with
but
Brooklyn
it's
Nine-Nine.
not to this degree. It's like it's
No,
like
I noticed what he's saying. I know
it's like
100% what he's
everything
saying.
about the show on steroids now. Whatever, I think whoever picked it up was like, yeah, this is good. Do more of all those things. That's what it seems like.
They
It's like
did,
everything's
right.
exaggerated.
They also moved on. I'm
all the
pretty sure
characters.
as NBC who picked them up. And NBC News is a pretty liberal news
Aye.
network, I think.
Well,
They're
like-
the
like-
most liberal, maybe.
The content, while it is fitting with the time, it is also fitting with like a station
Oh, no,
like that's
but
agenda.
see, here's the thing. They didn't. I wasn't annoyed at the way they did it. So
no,
it's
I'm not
alright.
annoyed by it because I still
Do you know
feel
what
like
I
it's
mean?
really
There's
fucking
there's
good.
some shows that can
I'm just saying.
they can take
about
social context. Do you know what I mean? See, there's a lot of episodes in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and like the latest series that had social context. Like there
Oh,
was something,
definitely.
there's underlying context to it.
There's
like,
substance, like there's. I know what you mean.
I can't even pull it out of my head.
Aye, but there is, like,
There-
it is something that,
I
like-
remember there being definite episodes.
There's like something that
already
then
I've
rounds
watched.
up in a moral,
Yeah.
like aye.
So there's a moral to some of the episodes, and it's like to do with some kind of like thing that's going on nowadays. Anyway.
Do you know
So-
what to me the new season is? It's the same as whenever between the difference between Anchorman and Anchorman 2 is Anchorman 2's they've just exaggerated all the characters,
Yeah.
exaggerated all their strengths from the first one that everybody liked.
Aye,
It's the
pretty
same
much,
now,
aye.
like, but it seems that it's only changed in the last season. Like the new season seems that everything's ramped up. Do you know what I mean?
I also think that's what genuinely happens in these shows because, right, we're compared like Amy's
a lot of
character
them-
and stuff has become like much more of like a real mainstay in like the show. She was definitely a big character in the show, but she's become more of a thing now.
Aye.
But like, if you look at the earlier seasons of Parks and Rec, right, like Tom and Ron and everybody weren't as ridiculous or
Aye.
overblown
I will. They
as
always
are
play on the strengths.
now.
It takes them a while to get
Aye,
to
so
know
you
it.
need to
Like,
work on jokes like.
but still, it's because in like I know it happens in like loads of shows, especially in comedies. Like it's in The Office as well, but it's done in a much smarter way. Just that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think that it's just like it's such a clear. There's a clear line between
Yeah.
5 and 6,
Oh,
or it just
there,
jumped
there
up.
definitely is. They definitely went down a more like moral route there with like some of the stories where like they
Aye.
did have a like a context. But like, I don't think it. As you said, I don't think it was done badly. I don't think it was butchered or anything. Also, it didn't ruin any of the episodes of the show for me
Nah,
that they
it's still
brought
really,
up like
really
this
good.
thing of like we're gonna have there's something in the news this week. Okay, we're gonna bring it up on the show.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to get too deep on it because I don't think there's much more.
There isn't.
They
It's
say about it.
fantastic. It's a
It's
fucking great
good.
series.
And you should watch it as well. It seems that this has become a segment of recommending TV shows.
Apparently
Brooklyn
so.
Nine-Nine, Parks and Recreation, and The Office.
Wow, you clap like a champ.
Yeah, you like? I clap like a chimp.
That's pretty cool, man. Wow. Why is my stand a bit messed up today?
What's going on
It
there?
doesn't wanna
You don't
go-
have it in the
Oh,
usual place.
Hold on. There we
Uh-oh.
go. Ah, look at that. Now we're good. We're cooking with gas.
You can get that nice hunchback, that natural
Get that
hunch.
good hunch on.
That
I like a good
slouching
hunch. You know I like a good
Do
hunch.
you know people were evolving that way? That
Kinda
were
like-
people were like developing like this fucking hunch, like from looking down. at their
I
phone.
know what you mean.
People's necks are like going crooked.
There's,
scientists reckon that's the way we're going to evolve.
Apparently, like children are actually getting smaller from lack of being
And their
outside.
thumbs are probably doing something, getting something.
I don't know, like, I can see it. Like, I know a lot of, like, people who have, like, fucking sisters and brothers who are never going to be above, like, 5'5". Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And it's, like, becoming way more common now.
Aye.
I don't know if it's just around here because everybody's really...
Also, every
It's real
wine that I
terribly.
seem they see anywhere, like an Asda or something, they all look sick. 'Cause they're just never
outside.
outside.
Aye, it's pure pale, and they're like always like. There was a boy like with like pure thick glasses in front of us and Asda the last day, and he was just like glued to like some pure bullshit fucking YouTuber.
Or like
like-
Shane Dawson or something like that.
Aye, like somebody like that.
Ugh.
Or fucking, what do you call it, cunt, Logan Paul.
Don't know who that is.
Some cunt that
Some
does
more cunt.
stupid shit on YouTube. I don't know.
Can't know.
Like, I know who these people are from people griefing them.
Aye, that's the only
on
time I've ever heard
podcasts.
about them, but I haven't heard
Do you
about
know what I
Logan
mean?
Paul.
Like, I don't know. I know what they do and the general gist of what they do, and I know I won't like it.
I'm not too up to date with that kind of that side of
neither
culture.
am I. Like that whole like thing where they do the cuts, where it's like they're standing in front of a white wall.
It's all super clean.
Talking, right?
Super clean, super clean cut.
super HD and all,
Aye.
right? But it's like they talk and then it cuts and they're in the exact same place, but it's switched a wee bit different. And he's talking again, and it cuts, and he's in a different place, and he's talking again, and it cuts. But it's just on the white wall, and it's just cutting the different parts of
Aye,
him
but it's just
talking.
and there's so much of it, man. They're all so short. People like especially Wayne's like they just become addicted to it. Like
I think the cutting in the conversation.
it's all the color, man. It's
No,
like
no,
the
no,
big,
no, no.
bright, like really clear images. It's
This
like
is
so
this thing,
real.
right? Is that right? I have a theory about this. Do you know the way we were talking earlier? But Andrew Schultz said that people won't watch 2 hours of talking in a comedy special, but they will watch 2 hours of 20-minute clips of a comedy special.
Aye.
So they won't watch 2 hours straight, but they'll watch 20 minutes for 2 hours.
Aye.
You know, segments.
Aye, watch it in butts.
So, like, what this guy is doing is he's talking in front of a white wall for 10 minutes, but he's cutting it up.
All the time. Keep it
No,
fresh.
every 5 seconds.
Aye.
Every 3 to 5 seconds, making it look like stuff is happening.
Aye.
Kind of keep tricking your brain into thinking there's movement and stuff going on and all when he's literally just talking in front of a white wall. I think that's what's gluing Wayne's to it. It's not like if he was just standing in front of a white wall talking with no cuts, then Wayne's wouldn't watch it.
So it's like it's how active it is, and
Yeah.
it's like always changing, and it's like it's super real.
But it's like
I
trickery.
I think it replaces imagination to some degree. So you're just like your brain's just like. You see, like
They do,
like the Waynes that like the kids that have to. Like he has to have a video whenever he's eating, or no, don't take away. Like it used to be like Wayne's would have to he has to have like that teddy with them or something, that like toy.
The iPhone.
But now it's like now they have to be watching that video. But it's also now like it's actually fucking their brains because like your like chemical levels change when you're watching shit like that,
yeah.
especially whenever you're that young. You can't
Like,
control.
I think
It's so fucked. Hey, I think it's scary.
see when you just plant a Wayne in front of the TV and put
Aye.
on 10-hour Baby Shark fucking
Yep, just bonk. So
right,
just like,
and it's that same kind of repetition, kind of like same kind of beat going on, same kind of fucking thing, and there's no like that is literally just like there's no up down. It's just the same thing, and it'll just amuse the Waynes. And there's colours, and there's this going on. There's Wayne's clapping, and then
There's cheering and laughing.
Cheering and
all, they're just
laughing
like,
and-
hey.
do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So like, it just amuses them.
That's
Do you know what I mean? But it's like you had to like stick on cartoons that actually had like a story arc and all, and taught Wayne's things back in the day and all. But now it's like you just-
unstructured mayhem.
Unstructured mayhem is what amuses the children.
Aye.
Like-
It's not
not
I
like-
say unstructured, but it's completely structured and it's just like changed. There's like blanks. There's a
Lazy,
template and then they fill in a couple of blanks for each episode just to make it a wee bit different.
Aye, but no, well,
But
I'm not even.
that's what it's like now. It used to be a lot.
I'm not
better.
even talking about Wayne shows. I'm like, if you were a Wayne back in our day, in the 90s.
Which isn't even that
okay,
long ago, or in early 2000s.
90s and early 2000s. Okay, well, I'm gonna
It was
say
still a
like,
lot different.
when we were really young though, the 90s, right?
Aye.
Like when we were like in our like real infancy, like our
Aye.
toddlers, 3, 4, right? So like, I was what? In 1999, I was like nearly 4. Nearly 4.
I was one lad.
Nearly 4. Were you? Oh shit!
Aye.
Right. So right. But anyway, right.
But I
would've been
remember
watching
I'm on board.
cartoons. Okay.
Aye.
And that would have been like Sesame Street, which teaches you how to count, teaches you how to spell. It's not really teaching you, but it's showing you those things.
Aye, it's-
so that you'll probably end up picking them up here or
Whereas
there.
whenever you learn them, then you're like, oh, I remember that from
You're not
that.
going to watch Sesame Street and learn the alphabet, but you're going
Aye.
to learn a couple of things. You go like, A is for apple or something like that. So you'll
Aye.
pick up something, right? But now it's like, put the Wayne down in front the colours and amusement and madness so that it shuts up.
That's like a babysitter.
Not even a
like a-
babysitter.
it
It's
is.
like, I watch these things sometimes on
It's like
YouTube.
you can put being a parent on
No,
hold.
Right.
That's what it's like.
Watching these things sometimes on YouTube called like LSD Trip Simulator and all, right? It's like a way of tricking your eyes into giving you like visuals, making the walls swirl and all that shit. It's kind of like a optical
Hypnosis
illusion,
sort of thing.
right?
Right.
But it gives the kind of like wavy walls effect that
Aye.
happens on acid. You can watch them things and you can really get caught up in them. You have to stare right into the center and not focus on the rest. And it is like it's putting you in a trance. It really does put you in a trance. So like I think that the Baby Shark shit for Wayne's is like the equivalent of me watching that for 2.5 minutes. It's
Aye.
like I watched that for 2.5 minutes and I'm like mesmerized by it, but then when I look away it's all woo. But like for them, they're just mesmerized by the colours and they don't know what's going on. They're basically like dogs.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just noise and color.
Aye.
That's all it needs to be.
But that's what I'm saying. It's more like
It's
it's
not
like a
the
hypnosis.
content is not important.
Aye. It may as well be a big swirling thing like in my LSD
Aye.
Trip Simulator.
As
like a
long
big
as it-
swirling
as long as
fucking
it looks like
circle
something.
of fractal shapes and stuff.
As long as it looks like something and sounds like something, it'll do.
Aye. Pretty much.
Aye. We fucking get into some shit searching.
We should get into some shit searching. Even though we say social media is really bad and definitely going to be the demise of civilization and sanity and stuff, we still like it to find our news.
Yeah.
And to
Sorta.
find funny articles on such world-renowned stations as World Star, Hip Hop, and
Aye.
others.
The Mirror.
The Mirror.
Which is what we're on now for the first part of shit searching, which is it's becoming it seems to be a recurring theme.
I don't know
talking
why.
about old Vlad,
It's because he keeps doing things.
and
they're funny.
This time what's it been? What was he up to the last time we talked about him again?
Last time we talked about him, he was trying to make everybody not speak ill of him in the news.
aye.
He had enforced some heavy fines.
Yep. Aye. Right.
Fines on people.
So-
and he was gonna probe them, I think, or something. No, administer. He was gonna
Administrative
administratively
arrest.
arrest them. That's what he was. He was gonna
We-
administer.
we only joked about
an
it sounding
arrest on them.
suspect.
Aye. So
But this time he's
Yeah.
he's been in the news again, as he always is, for various things, and this time it's for a great monster submarine. Apparently.
oh right, okay. Oh shit! I just read Putin's new Vladimir the Great Monster scene for first time.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he called his pin.
Nah, it's a submarine, bro.
Thought that's
Bruh.
what he called his pee.
Bro, no, it's a submarine.
My pee size of submarines.
I was singing that song earlier, like the worst music video ever. Hey baby, wake up from your sleep. We doesn't have much time.
My dreams were kind of killed a wee bit when I found out that's a joke. It's actually
I
it's a
know why,
spoof.
but it's still funny
It's a
as fuck.
spoof, but if anybody doesn't know,
Still
of it,
hilarious.
Worst music video ever, I think it's called.
That's a
pretty
song
funny.
though.
But
Back to Putin.
back to Putin.
Put. I keep saying Putin because
So do I. Emily ruined it for me now.
Emily said it once.
She's
by
probably
accident.
saying it right. To be fair, she loves
think
him
it's
so
Putin.
much.
Yeah, she fancies the fuck out of that fucking old wrinkly fart. Well, who
Hey,
but who has no wrinkles?
Emily, do you think he's gonna rock up the fucking river and his big submarine and like pull up
Oh, I
beside the
hope
flat
so.
and like,
Say my submarine doesn't fit
hey, baby.
in this fucking river.
Hey baby, my
that you call
submarine better
Strabane.
fit in rivers.
Submarine too fucking big for small waters. Cannot travel safe
Not
to
about the
Strabane.
size of the boat, you say.
Well, I brought
Look
it
at this
just in
fucking
case.
boat.
I brought the A game just in case. Firing on all of the fucking cylinders.
Yes, my boat is nuclear.
Nuclear atrocity.
Do you like my
Already.
warheads?
Oh fuck. Anyway,
Hey.
though, actually
speaking
now,
of, it can carry 20 intercontinental nuclear missiles.
20 intercontinental nuclear missiles.
And it looks like a big whale.
How'd
Let's
you
see
like
what it looks like.
to go for a ride with Vlad and that,
I would
Emily?
love nothing more.
and it's called Vladimir the Great.
Hold on, can we see?
or Prince Vladimir.
Prince Vladimir.
That's what the Russian translation is.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Where's the picture of it? Is that the picture below?
Yeah, that.
Can we see it?
We can't see it because it's
I
zoomed
go
in.
down just a wee tiny bit.
Ah,
Oh no!
Go down a wee bit more.
There we
Oh,
go.
That's more
Perfect.
like it.
Now down a wee bit.
Aye. Wee bit more.
Down a wee more.
Wee bit more.
Oh, it
Wee
does
bit
look
more.
like a
It
whale.
does really look like a whale.
What if they're trying to trick everybody and they're thinking it's a wheel?
think
Apparently
that's the point.
it's completely
So how
undetectable.
lo- this doesn't look extremely large.
But man, they don't have to be.
No,
they're
I
like
know.
they're so impressive.
That's a
It can
very.
look like
It's still a very big
400
submarine.
meters deep or something,
Yeah, I suppose.
and it's undetectable. So that's pretty impressive for something that is that big, I'd say.
God, Russians love their submarines. Hey.
Fuck, they're good at it, hey.
They like submarines. It's a thing that they
170
like.
meters.
170 meters. is
That's
pretty
large. Wouldn't fit in the street.
big. Hey, you wouldn't fit it in the street.
No way. That's at least the size of a basking shark.
Much too big.
Hold on. So 170 meters. That's large.
Is it?
That's
That
big
is
for
pretty
something.
big.
It's big for a thing to be.
No, but it's pretty big
It's big for a big fish. For a big metal
for a
fucking fish.
submarine. No.
For a big, sorry, not a fish, a big metal sea mammal. That's
Metal
pretty,
sea wheel.
pretty fucking impressive. What
Do you
size
think-
is a blue whale? In meters.
Blue whales, I bet 70. 70 meters for a blue whale.
I
Guaranteed.
think it might be about the same. but I
70
don't
meters. They're really big. I know that. 25
Oh,
meters.
what?
We are so wrong. We are so.
Man,
Have you
that's
ever seen
embarrassing.
the size of a blue whale?
know. Yeah, I've seen
They're
them in the
so
fucking. Oh, it's so
large.
not 170 meters.
Maybe it's
actually.
like 70 feet.
Maybe I.
Yeah,
I've seen
78
like a
feet
blue
long.
whale fucking thing in the National History Museum.
Yeah. So right. Okay. So we both
it's
know now.
large,
That's a
but we're both
large
wrong.
thing. So his submarine's 170 meters long. That's fucking
That's huge.
big.
That's massive.
That's so big. Right, so that's a large fucking submarine. Okay, so if you go to the picture again, I was judging the size by this boat beside it, okay, which I thought was a tugboat, which I'm
But it's
now
actually-
realizing it's actually a massive ship, I think.
Aye. Could you scroll down a bit?
Scroll down a wee bit, Emily, because I thought that thing beside it was a tugboat
Aye.
of some kind, but I think it might be a very large ship.
It looks like it could be. It's like a huge trawler or something, or a huge fucking warship.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So that's a very large submarine.
It's
But,
pretty fucking cool though. It's pretty well equipped.
I like how they've called it Vlad the Great Monster.
Yeah. Or what's the
Or
other
it's
one?
just Vladimir the Great.
Vladimir the
or
Great.
Prince Vladimir.
Or Prince Vladimir.
Prince
Both
Vladimir.
Top fucking names. Hey.
Hey, do you think he called it that because he is basically the Prince of Russia?
He's the prince and the king and the queen
He's all of them.
and the
combined.
czar and whatever he wants to be.
Oh man,
Because-
he's just gonna be
'cause he's
rolling
Vlad.
around the seven seas in that thing, just being like, "Hey babies, do you like submarines?
Hey babies, do you like the deep water?
Do you like
do you
deep
like
wa-
it?
Do you like whales? Do you want to co- Hey babies, do you want to come submarine and run
you
around,
like the deep
kill
blue
some
depths?
whales? Do you want to shoot whales with nuclear missiles?
Do you like mystery and unknown
Do you want
desires?
to shoot whales with missiles?
Come aboard my submarine, and we will ride. That's what he says. Then Emily's all.
Do you think?
No way!
Wake,
Really, Vlad?
She goes, wake up the knees.
Vlad, no way!
No way! And Emily jumps aboard, and away they go. Never see her again. Hey,
She shoots off into the sunset with that.
And then you want to not even
very
sad because
hairy-chested man.
it was inevitable. It was destiny. It was
At
always
some
going to
point, I
happen.
think the only reason he built this submarine was so that
For
he
Emily.
could travel to here, go up the River Foyle.
It's
branch
very
into
big, but
whatever
small
river-
enough for
river
Strabane
goes through
waters.
Strabane. Yes, exactly. I'm sure he's made it 170 meters long, but very slim.
Very slow. Pencil sub.
Slim.
Call it the pencil
cuts
sub.
through the water.
Very impressive though, but we've got other shit searching to be tending to.
Vlad's large
Other
sub
shit to be wiping.
is
We ain't got nothing to ban this week, but we've got
is
shit
not-
to wipe.
yeah. So this
You got a
one
catchphrase.
is a huge asteroid exploded, and if Emily would go down a wee bit more. I think it's still really zoomed in as well. There we go. A huge asteroid exploded above Earth, and you totally missed it. I didn't.
It must be zoomed on the TV or
What
something,
does
but I
it
don't
mean
know.
we totally missed it? Did nobody
No,
notice or
this
something?
happened in December. See, I read this so I can kind of give us a bit of insight on
Give
this.
us a
I think.
bit of deets.
So this happened on December 13th, I believe, of 2018.
Wow.
Just past there, just before Christmas
Hey
passed.
man, wrong already. It was December 18th.
18.
Wrong
Well,
again.
hey,
False
5
news.
days off.
Fake news.
I am fake news,
Fake news.
Lewington.
Fake news.
And I approve this message sometimes. But the reason that it wasn't like in the news or anything is because it happened like just in the sea, above the sea. But it was a big
I
fireball.
still like to know about these
It
things.
collided. I know, but nobody like really fucking no like press or anything got hold of it because it wasn't big news. Like it didn't land on land.
I understand, but I still like to know about when a big, massive
And it
piece
was-
of space
it had-
rock hits Earth.
It hit the fucking Earth's atmosphere, and the blast was 10 times stronger than Hiroshima,
Yeah. That's cool. That's nice. That's not scary
and
at all.
nobody even noticed.
No, no way. No.
And there's like fucking billions and billions pumped into these like fucking what do you call it? Like these like near Earth fucking detection things or something that like detect asteroids.
But I also think that they're only like, well, no. Maybe it was small enough to make it through. Or maybe they just knew
See,
it was
I
going to
don't know.
land and didn't give a fuck.
Probably. It was spotted by some.
Ah,
it was
look, we're
like-
already. Hey, no, you know what? Fuck this already. Look, there's a curve there. Fake.
Ha!
Fake.
Look at that lovely curve as well from
Fake.
that satellite, just to
Man.
fucking
Ha.
prove people wrong.
Ha.
Cunt.
Hey, I can't even see the ice wall, man. Must be fake.
Yeah, it has to be fake news.
Simon, proud? Are you proud of fucking spreading the sheeple news?
Yeah, well, as soon as NASA stop using fisheye lenses, I'll be on their team.
Yeah, cool,
But
man.
until then,
yeah.
I'm
Get rid of
saying
that
it's
fish
flat.
eye.
That's what
Photoshop.
it is. All satellites have a big, huge fisheye lens,
That's
so
it
they can
there.
make everything look round.
All astronauts are pretty proficient at Photoshop.
Nothing in the world's actually round.
Everybody in
It's just how,
NASA is
fish
actually
eyes-
just recruited from PR departments.
Yep.
They're actually just all liars. None of them
That's
actually
exactly
know
what it
space.
is. None of them know anything about space. They just pretend.
Aye.
They're
Go on
all like
Facebook and lie.
writers.
Aye, of course.
Fucking pack of bastards anyway.
But aye, so this here hit and nobody knew at all. Like, do you mean like even the people who are meant to be looking for this shit didn't even know?
No, it was picked up, but I don't think it was real. The
Like, it
information
wasn't-
was
the
released
information wasn't
until
released.
this week.
Aye.
Like, there's some conference.
So it's the second largest asteroid to hit Earth in 30 years.
Like these kind of things apparently only happen like 2 or 3 times every 100 years,
Whoa.
and it wasn't expected to happen because we've already had those.
That would
I
have been
think.
wild shite if that landed somewhere on land, I feel.
See, there was one like 10 years ago, it was like the mid 2000s or something. I think it might have been somewhere in Russia that one like hit that Earth's atmosphere above Russia and landed
Yeah, I
there.
remember that one.
Aye, and like
That
that.
broke up, I think, too, though.
Aye, but
before
it's
it
still
hit.
like had land and was reported and like people it was in the news and stuff.
Yeah.
But this wasn't because it just landed in the water and like they were like
Does
that
it
just
say
happened.
if it caused any like tsunamis or anything? You know,
No,
like
I don't think
fucking
it caused-
any really
I
big
think-
waves
No.
or such.
I think whenever they hit the atmosphere, they break down
Yeah.
very small,
It
and it's
was-
more like wee bits
Over
of rock.
the Bering Sea.
I think my
Aye.
perspective is a bit adulterated from films such
Like,
as Deep Impact and
They're not
or
like
that other
it's
one
not
with Bruce
like
Willis.
other planets colliding.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not like
a
the
wee-
sun
It's like a rock.
just coming
Aye.
to engulf
No.
our
It's-
whole
they're
planet.
pretty big rocks, so they're like
Aye, but that's what I mean. They're like whenever you see the size of them in like articles and stuff, does it say what size it was?
I feel like we're lucky it didn't land
should say it
on
down there.
Lufford
We're very lucky it didn't land on Lufford. Aye,
or Strabane or Derry.
Not in
I
this
feel like
article.
that'd have been shite.
does that say
No,
what
it
size?
says that it
I'd say like 140 meters there now.
hit the Earth's surface with an impact energy of 173 kilotons.
Boop.
Aye, which was apparently like 10 times stronger
Yeah,
than
it
the
would
atomic
be.
bomb. Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is fucking
'cause they
crazy
were
when
like-
you think
they
about it.
weren't- they weren't
Like that
massive
happened,
bombs,
and we didn't notice we weren't affected
yeah,
by
well, like,
something.
we
Like that
wouldn't
seems huge, but it actually
Really
isn't.
notice,
Do you know what I mean? We're talking about this now, being like, "Fuck, that's crazy that happened," but like
Well,
it's
like-
not actually a big thing because we didn't notice.
I mean, like, well, it's only a big thing because we know about it now. But like, I mean, we didn't feel everything go whoa or anything. Like
Aye.
they set off massive hydrogen bombs across the world before.
Aye.
And we didn't feel the ground shake or anything. It's not like we would feel it hitting or anything. I know what you mean. I mean, if are you getting that like if they started like America and like North Korea started nuking each other, we wouldn't even know about it. Like we wouldn't even fucking get it. Like we wouldn't even feel it here.
Are you saying is that what I'm saying?
Is that what you're trying to get
No,
at?
I'm not getting at that. I just mean that like it's like so weird that like something like that seems like such a big thing.
Yeah, I
to
know what you
happen,
mean.
but it's like actually like nobody noticed that it happened in the middle of the sea.
I'm sure
That's
there
like,
were-
one of those things that was on with those like near Earth fucking detection agencies or something. They're like independent branches that like there's one like in fucking Arizona or something. That's the main one. And they said like one of their spokespeople said that it was something like they're fucking like we don't really need to, what we're doing here isn't actually going to help that much, but like the Earth's 70% water or whatever, so we're kind
Yeah.
of well defended anyway. Like a lot of these like supposed things that'll happen aren't actually going to have that much effect because they're probably just going to land in water.
I know what you mean.
It's more likely.
I'm sure there were a lot of smart people that knew that it wasn't
Aye.
going to head anywhere serious and knew that it wasn't going to fuck us up any way, shape, or form.
Aye. There is a picture of it though. Like some Japanese satellite did capture a picture of the fucking
It
fireball.
was like very underwhelming though, wasn't it?
It's really underwhelming because it's on scale
Space
with
camera,
Earth,
aye.
but it's still pretty big. But it's before.
But there you can see it there.
reached-
There you
That's
can see
like
some
a bit,
smoke or something.
It's like fallen, is it, or is that from like the one like 10 years ago maybe?
Yeah, I don't even think that's.
I don't think
Chemtrails.
that's anything. That's chemtrails. That. Aye, but that's cool and interesting. Big rocks hitting the Earth,
Big rocks hitting the earth and we didn't even know.
and we didn't even know.
We didn't even find out.
But that's
Wanna move
why.
on?
Aye, moving on.
Moving on to. So I saw the title of this, but I have no idea what happened.
I seen this earlier, right there at the title, and I was like, "This is enough."
Why
to
do
bring
people
up.
keep injecting themselves with things?
Yeah, so like
Stop
before,
it!
I don't know. Was this? Did we talk about it on one that we released, or one that was like a test podcast?
I think we talked about it in a test, but
Aye.
they also talked about it on the Fighter and the Kid that week after.
Aye, the
after
same
not that we're
thing.
claiming credit for fucking coining
Nah.
it first or anything, but they talked about the same thing that week on the
Aye.
Fighter and the Kid, which was a guy in China as well, wasn't it?
No,
Not sure.
it was not a guy from here.
No.
From Ireland, no. Are you sure that he was injecting cum into himself? Are you sure it wasn't somebody from Ireland? Can you look it up?
No, I think it was like
I
a
really feel
martial
like it
arts
was.
guy from China.
I'm not even going to bother.
Because
Okay.
it was brought up on the Joe Rogan podcast too, and he said that there was a lot of talk back in the day in the old martial arts schools that if you didn't have sex or didn't like fucking wank or anything, save up all your semen. That'll kind of like be better for you or something. You'll have more kind of. But that's obviously contrary to the fact when
Aye.
like. But that so he must have thought that
He thought it was doing
injecting
something
it
for his
in
back pain
himself
by
would
injecting his own semen
make his
into
back
his,
stronger
into his
or-
arm. It formed a big clot and it had to get removed and it was horrible. But this woman in China also nearly died after injecting herself with fruit juice.
Okay,
which
why?
to many might seem like a good idea, getting all those vitamins straight
Maybe
into
she
you.
wasn't getting her vitamin D's. That's what I was going to say.
Vitamin D from a sun lad.
Oh well.
What did be them B's
That's
and C's? I
egg
think.
on my face.
But she got it anyway from fucking injecting herself apparently, and she almost died from it. So like, hey, real smart. First of all,
she believed that it was going to make her healthier.
aye,
she
like,
got-
that's like
she
that,
got-
because that doesn't seem
my
that
God.
like that far out. Like that's like one of those things where you go like, oh, all cars are the same size inside, and people might believe it. Might just go like, oh, aye, of course.
It's classic.
You know what I mean? That's a
Of
classic
course.
reference, but that could be the same thing. Which is like, oh, fridges, it's all stuff that's good for you. Injecting it's bound to be good.
Of course.
It's going to work better. That is kind of logical thinking.
That's not.
But it's not at the same time.
No,
But,
right,
like,
right.
no, but you can see why people would fall for that shit.
Like, that's so not logical at all. Because, right, like, is it just because it's a liquid? Like, because I can turn things into. Yeah, I see it, man. I see
Yeah,
it. I'll
man.
light it.
Have you seen it for the last 25 minutes, eh,
Okay,
man?
sorry, man, I forgot.
But what were you saying anyway about this? These injections?
I feel like it's just because it's a liquid she thinks she could inject it. Like, I could crush up some, like, KP nuts for you and crush them up into that nice paste
ham
with a
and
pestle and mortar.
pasta.
Some pasta, some ham in there, some chorizo, some chicken, maybe some tuna. I'll crush that up in a nice paste for you, right? I'll get a soup ladle out. I'll throw some butter in there with it. I'll
Mix it
stir it up, right? I'll take a bit of your blood out, right? Just a bit, right? And I'll push that in, and then I'll pull it out again, right?
Aye.
And then you've got all of that in a needle, and I'll inject that intravenously into you.
That's exactly what I need.
And that's how you'll get all your proteins for the week.
I think this is the kind of thing that she was thinking. But what happened? Is she alive now then?
But you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying here? Like, you can't
Aye.
just inject things because they're liquids.
No, I
They
know,
work.
it's fucking obviously
I
so
can make
stupid.
anything into a liquid.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I would ever do
You
that.
can inject heroin and that's a powder.
Yeah, but it's good
Do
for
you know
you.
what I mean?
But it goes from a needle and doctors use those.
Yeah, I know. Like, you don't do that. Stop. Like, what? Like, if injecting fruit juice was good for you, like, you'd know about it.
Aye, someone would be on it, but she might have been the first person to tell you that, but she was wrong.
Well, she's nearly dead now.
But nah, I think
It
she's
says
sweet.
suffered liver, kidney, heart, and lung damage.
Oh my goodness.
I assume maybe because the fruit juice made its way through your veins or something and through your
into your
heart
fucking
and probably
organs.
created a bubble or something in her fucking arteries, like something like that.
I
Because
don't know
like,
what the fuck.
I can't imagine as well if she was see as well when you pull out a thing, you gotta really make sure it's airtight and there's no bubbles in there, because if you inject a bubble into your bloodstream, then it can hit your heart and give you a heart attack.
Aye.
Right? So like you gotta make sure it's nicely sealed. Like
Aye.
this doll was probably just putting a glass of orange juice out and sapping it up through a syringe. Do you know what I mean? Like
That's
this
fucked.
probably wasn't sanitary either.
Idiotic behaviour from fucking idiots, if you ask me.
This is
But get well soon.
Darwinism in action, I feel. Very good.
That's good there.
So,
But enough about that, probably.
intravenously injecting pomegranate juice into your neck, big no-no.
Was it like just
Dunno where it
orange
was.
juice? Bet it was like a mixed berries.
Bet it
one.
was like a
Probably
mixed
even
something
berries.
with loads of sugars and
I know, because
preservatives
whenever
and
like fruit's
whatever.
blended as well, it becomes
Sugar.
really. It brings out all
Loads
the
of sugar.
sugar in it. Like,
She may as well have injected herself with Diet Coke.
more or less. There's a lot of
Probably.
sugar. It's natural sugar, but it's
Yeah,
still
I
sugar.
suppose.
But
Do you know
what
what I
else
mean?
have we got?
this one that neither of you seem to.
Yeah, I had no way. Like, I had an idea that this happened, but you know what I'm like.
I think I missed this one. You
You know what I mean?
did it happen at the weekend?
This is where I get all my
Yeah.
ideas.
Aye, well, we were away in the fucking caravan. Don't you
These
know?
were,
No
nature.
doubt. Gallivanting.
So, Eggboy nails Australian senator. I like that title.
Can't see any writing.
Can
On the
I
screen.
scroll down a wee bit there, Emily?
What writing?
Is there any writing, or is it a
We're
big
still
picture?
very zoomed in.
Oh wait, it's on YouTube.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
is
a
it?
video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Haven't you?
okay.
Oh, so he just cracked him with. I thought he threw it at him.
No,
It's
he was
right
like
beside
standing
him.
behind him, and
Okay.
it was over the shooting thing in New Zealand, and
Right.
the senator guy said that here out up there. Anyway,
Yeah.
Noisy
Trot the
cunts
middle
up there,
bear.
bad.
that it happened because of like Muslim immigration to New Zealand.
see. So he got
So about a backlash.
Yeah.
But look at his reaction. Like,
You're a
wait-
senator. You're a senator of Australia. Look how you act. You're a senator.
Yeah.
Push him.
Oh
Oh
my
no,
God.
he punched him in the face.
He punched him
twice,
in the
these
job
these
site.
I think these are like fans of the senator who were here to.
Oh, they held him down then.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Ropey them.
Hey, but
What a fucking
it's
dick.
back to that like thing that we were talking about. I don't know if we released that one, but when we were chatting about like, if you're gonna do shit, just be aware of the consequences.
Oh yeah, don't fucking say.
Like you can't.
This
like,
guy got
you
off
can't
real light. He
you
got
can't
egged.
exactly. Like you can't say something like that and not expect. Like you'd be expecting much worse
Oh, of course.
backlash than a fucking
Oh
egg.
Jesus,
in
an
the side of your
egg. This
head.
is like that
Like,
time that guy threw a shoe at George Bush.
He did
like,
not need the
Do you know what I
fucking.
mean?
He did not need to turn around and fucking hit that person.
Nah, that was unwarranted. That's
Twice.
an angry old
That wasn't like
fuck.
a push away. It was like a push and then like the 2 punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like two.
Can you play it
hooks
again?
To the face.
That's a bitter old angry fucking
That's like a just pure
right-wing
rage.
fuck.
And he's probably like in this interview trying to fucking defend himself.
Do you know
and being
what?
hit with questions and stuff, and he's just all fucking ramped up.
I don't even need to know what he sounds like. I already know what he sounds like.
Like,
See, all those guys are really fucking like, oh man, they just have this thing where you can tell that they were either bullied at school or they were the bully. Like, they're at either end of the spectrum. They're never like people who just had an awful fucking life.
There's
Do you
something.
know what I mean? And dealt
something
with their
else
shit
at play.
properly. Do you know what I mean? There was like, there's something there either. They need to enforce their will on other people. And like,
Aye.
Australian politicians are so fucking wacky too, though. Do you know what
It
I mean?
is,
They're
it's
like,
like
they're like
cartoony.
Irish politicians. They're
Aye.
like not real.
It's like a big.
don't view
It's
them
like
as real.
one big farce. It's like slapstick politics.
Exactly.
That's
They're
the
like
thing.
all Boris Johnson.
Aye.
That's a good way to describe
Aye.
it.
That's what it
Everybody
is.
in Australia that
It's
Irish politics
goofy,
is
like
Boris
it's
Johnson.
goofy, silly, stupid shit.
Aye, pretty much.
And it's pretty fun to watch as well sometimes.
Especially Australian politics is full of more goofy shit than.
Especially
anything
recently,
I
there's been
feel.
a lot of kind of quirks in the Australian political stuff.
Yeah. So, but the root of the story is that this guy was mouthing off about what happened in
Aye.
Thingy, and
And boy, does he
The-
have egg in his face now.
boy, does he have egg on his fucking face. He'll probably get charged with assault, maybe,
Aye.
right? Because that guy egged him and then stepped away, right? So, like, he punched him in the fucking face. So he's known for egging people, this guy. Apparently, he's called Eggboy.
no, I think that's just.
All right,
because
it's
of
just
what happened.
after he got
Yeah.
arrested, he's called Eggboy. So he's a musical artist who changed his name
No,
to
this
Eggboy.
is
Is this a different person? This is a different egg
Oh
boy.
shit!
Ashton, don't worry.
Oh no!
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
no, but
I'll
it
just shut
says
up
that he was
now.
interviewed by the police and was released pending further investigation.
Right?
Nothing really happened.
I don't know much.
No.
You're gonna need to read like that. I don't know much about what really actually happened and what happened with those shootings. But
No, I mean,
if he's saying it's because of this, it's because of that, it's exactly what we were talking about last week. This is this populist shit you were on about, Emily, where he's
Aye.
just saying this because something bad happened. The real thing, like, he's going, oh, this is because of this and because of Muslim immigration and because of this and because of that. And I'm like, nah, the real reason is because some crazy fuck broke a fucking, blew a fuse and decided he was going to do this.
some crazy fuck did a crazy fuck thing.
Yeah, and only because you've popularized kind of hating on this one group, he's now kind of
just
got
a-
a
it's-
focus for that snap.
It's like it's just it's. I don't know if this is a bad thing to say, but it's Hitler's Jews. Like it's a scapegoat.
And exactly, it's
Do you know what I mean?
escapism.
It's the same thing.
Also, just like a political tactic, like he knows who supports
Aye.
him and knows
Oh,
that's the kind of people
This
who
is
support him.
probably encouraged this cuntbag supporters even more. Like,
He's like, oh my god, you can't even say anything without getting attacked these days. This is fucking political correctness gone mad.
I know.
This is the
Like,
shit they've
they'll
been saying.
take this and fucking run with it, brother.
Exactly. Like, both sides are just constantly fucking feeding the other, like feeding fuel to the fire on each side. That's what it seems like. It's just back and forth, tat for tat, constantly, and it's just like ramping up and ramping down. It's like, it's just, I think it's gonna keep going.
It's like I don't know what exactly. I don't know much about those shootings, but I know this guy's a fucking dick for saying, kind of like trying to like take the blame away from anything but mad cunts
Exactly, like it's
with
just
fucking guns.
because that's what you can actually peg them all down to.
Yeah.
Because that's what is actually
People
like the
with
common
serious
denominator.
problems who should not possess weapons.
Aye, exactly.
It's a common trend with all those guys that they all have serious problems. They're all on some kind of fucking medication of some kind of like levels them out, but also
Aye.
provides them with the kind of like, I could probably do that.
Aye, they're in
Do you know
some
what I mean?
state of fucking despair or
Yeah.
something like they're.
But also just staring through glass eyes. There's nothing
Aye.
going on until the day where they go, fuck, and then
Aye,
they
and it all
decide
just
to go
clicks.
shoot 49 people or whatever it was in the mosque.
Aye, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's fucked. Like,
So you can't blame that on fucking whatever he was trying to blame it on. I don't even know what he said, but whatever he's blaming it on, it's wrong.
aye.
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
That's
He's
the way
not
that's
right.
the way I'm looking at it as well.
He deserved to get egged.
Aye.
That guy didn't probably. You know what? The guy deserved to get punched. If you egg somebody, you're probably gonna get
ban
punched.
him then. Let's ban him if
Ban
we
that
don't have
guy,
anything to ban.
not banning the Eggboy. He's probably all right. But again, back to your thing, or back to my thing of like, you do something, you're gonna get fucking hit, and you brought it
Exactly,
up
the
there now.
consequences.
Like he egged that guy, he got hit. He can't complain about getting hit.
It's
there.
the chain
I don't
of
feel,
it's the same chain of events that's
yeah.
going to happen every time you
Yeah.
do something that's like release like a provocative statement. It's just what happens. Like,
And like all the people who see him getting hit for doing that, are their rational kind of people will go, oh, that guy's probably a dick.
aye.
You know, but all the people who are like gonna follow that guy anyway will see that and go, yeah, fucking that guy. But
Aye.
that's the
It's-
guys who
it's
are gonna fucking
fuel on
follow
both
him anyway,
sides.
so who cares?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Do some more fun news.
Yeah, I just found this a few minutes ago and thought that you would both like this. Can you
Okay.
see?
Netflix's next interactive show is called You vs. Wild.
Oh my
Launches
god,
April
it's with
10th.
Bear.
The follow-up to Black Bear, Bandersnatch, puts viewers in the shoes of Bear Grylls. Oh my god.
I know.
Are you fucking serious?
Bandersnatch.
I haven't seen Bandersnatch, but that sounds
Really?
class. No, I haven't got round to it, man. I don't
it's
have like same way I haven't got
so
round to watching the new Alex Jones podcast. I
bad.
can't find like 5 hours.
Yeah, I
to
know.
fucking
You
do
don't have
something.
to spend 5 hours on it, but you
I
will
know,
end
but-
up doing that.
Whenever I'm watching
'Cause it's
something like
so
to watch
fucked.
it,
Basically, this is you have to help Bear survive, and if you make the wrong choices, Bear does not survive.
oh my
Ooh, we
god,
get to kill Bear.
that would
I
never
can't
happen.
wait.
But he never dies. Actually,
gonna kill
even
Bear
when you try and kill him, he
every
never
time.
dies. He comes back. He becomes.
Oh man, there was so much.
His opponent.
Seeing Black Mirror Bandersnatch, your head will be. If you ever watch it, your head will be so fucked. It's like so like. Man, everything's so topsy turvy. You don't know where it's going, and there's so much to play. And like,
Aye.
he's got something going on in his head, but you don't know what's going on in reality, and you don't know if there's weirdness going on. And, oh man, there's so much shit in it.
I don't know. It sounds like a lot to take.
Okay,
out.
so here's the thing. Like, I made a decision, and you make another decision, and even if you go back and make the same decision, something bad still happens. There's
There's
like,
no
once you've
changing
kind
it.
of fucked yourself, there's no getting out of it. It's so weird, man.
Complex.
It's a weird situation. It's not really a TV show as much as it was like a
It's more like a game.
role-playing game.
What else have we got? We got
This
one
is
more.
The last thing that I have.
Oh, it's a World Star. So
A
we're
World
becoming
Star.
a World Star segment at the end of shit searching, it seems.
So it is entitled "Cat Uncontrollably Sneezes and Snot Gets All Over Owner."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're more there. Right, I see it
There we
now.
go, see it.
Oh no!
Oh my god! His face! It's like 2 teeth. Man, that's fucking terrifying,
What
disgusting,
the fuck?
and not cute at all. I'm gonna roll that as not cute,
Not cute.
and I'm gonna
Did
roll
you
it
see
as
the snot?
yeah. At the
flying
start,
out
just
of that
about
nose?
strings.
Yeah.
There was a person in my fucking primary school class, and I remember in P2, my mum coming to collect me early, and she came into the classroom to get me. And when we were leaving, her commenting on one of the other school children in my class, who will remain nameless for obvious reasons, but he had the two biggest strings of snot coming the whole way out of his nose, and it was on 2 fingers.
Why was
and
there
he
always
holding it
a
up.
child
He
like
was
that?
always-
Their nose was always like
Man,
always
he
running and
was
like horrible.
always covered in snot.
Hey, I bet also did he always eat like Frubs yogurts?
Nah, he stank like manure. Like he was rolling in shit all morning. And he was covered in snot. His whole jumper was... And he was one of them people with he had a big fucking crest.
Big
everyone
jumper.
had a small one. But he, for some reason, was
a
one of those
big,
people who
massive
got a
crest.
knockoff uniform.
Oh man, and then there's snot just all down it all
Man.
the time.
All over it. All over it.
I bet.
Bukkake of snot.
Ugh. There was always that kid. Like the butters.
Always
The
one.
butters of the
It's
fucking...
a complete butters.
Oh, such a butters.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll end on that snotty cat.
Yeah, it's I'm liking the word star thing for the end of shit searching.
Yeah. I feel we should
I feel it
comb
rounds
word
everything
star
off.
from now on to find good videos to
Seems to be a good source.
show. Oh, they're a great source. Barstool's also really good. Loads of those comedy kind of newsy,
Aye.
kind of laddie sites. They're kind of like American Lad Bible, but way more hardcore. Word are fucking insane. Like
Good fucking content to be
serious.
sharing with the people.
Oh, lovely. Trying to keep the old depressing news out of your life and keep some cat sneezing videos in it.
Exactly.
You know how it is.
And obviously, Vlad.
Oh, vlogs every week. That's a fucking... Come on.
I will happily talk about Vlad every week.
We're probably going to have to.
Yeah,
'cause
me
he
too, man.
Keeps doing
Yeah, you
stuff.
too, eh?
He keeps doing
Ha,
stuff.
fucking sicko over there on the
I
armchair.
know, but I know.
Hiding behind the camera because
could
she's
get away
just
with
that
that
much
with
of a sicko. Let's wrap this fucker up.
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, so you know the usual, all those socials is where you can be finding us, the Blasting Couch or the Blasting Couch podcast. You can hashtag either of those as well.
You can
I
hashtag
believe to
those.
find some cool apps and stuff. There's also I'd like to just mention that on the YouTube there's a playlist now where we're going to be putting all the clips that we release.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a nice little maybe if you get 10 minutes free at lunchtime or something to scroll through a few different clips.
Yes.
You do that in that playlist and,
And
they'll
then
all
you
play
might get
in
hooked.
sequence.
And then you
become
watch the real full episodes.
hooked. You become hooked.
Become
But
hooked.
anyway, that's where you can find us. And this has been episode what? 5?
005.
Episode 005.
Blasting Couch.
We are finished.